Hello, good morning, and welcome to
Good
Not So
morning.
Sunny UK. I am, as always, the lovely Jessica, and I am joined by my even lovelier co-host.
Emma, hello. Sorry, it was a bit giggly at the beginning of
Yeah,
that. It's all
yeah, I
right.
can't even remember which bit we were giggling at, but there's been
I
many this
don't,
morning.
all the bits, all the bits.
The literal bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, but welcome to episode 5. We are here.
that's it. Penultimate episode.
Ooh,
There we go. Right, we've got a book to talk about.
we have wolves for the win today.
Yes, yeah, we've got a bit of shifter stuff going on today, haven't we? Is this
We
our first
have.
shifter one? I think it is, isn't it?
In this
Oh
season,
no, I
we
suppose.
started way back in the day. We were dragon shifting.
Yeah, well, yeah, right at the
Remember
beginning. That
the
was
good
how we
old
began.
days.
Yeah. When was that? Like 2020? 20?
Yeah.
How long? No, it couldn't be that long ago, could it?
That's
I
only
don't know.
3 years. I think it could be.
Could be. I don't know. We're only on season 4 though, and we've done 2 each. So I think it was 21 we started, wasn't it?
I can't. Everything's
Maybe.
merged
It's all
since
merged.
over
Everything,
30
yeah, that's
gone.
it. It's all just a blur.
Hmm.
Um, Right, yeah, we're going to be talking about A Pack of Storms and Stars by Olivia Wildenstein. Is that what
That's
we're
where we're
doing?
going.
We're going with that. We apologise if we're not
Please
pronouncing that
correct us,
correctly.
as always, if it's not right.
Yes. So, yeah, we're linking this back to Sheriff of Nottingham with I was struggling to think what the link was. I was trying to remember.
Rejected first mates.
That was it. Yeah, the first love not working out for
No.
whatever reason. Yeah, and I
Life.
think that applies to both the main characters in this one, doesn't it? Really.
It does indeed.
Hmm.
So are you going to blurb, blurb, blurb
I
away?
guess I shall blurby blurb.
Blurb,
Let's see.
blurb.
Right. Till a mating link do us part. That was rule number 1 of the arrangement. I stuck up. I struck up. I stuck up. I'm already getting it all tongue twisted. Right. I struck up with my alpha a few weeks after he arrived in Beaver Creek to solve a pack murder. Liam Colane, is that how we pronounce that?
Yeah,
Do you
Kalanius.
reckon? Yeah. And I have exclusive fun until my wolf clicked with its true mate, or until I found a male keen on long term, since Liam had zero interest in forever. Well, he and I crashed and burned long before another male came along, because I broke our one and only other commandment. I got attached. And not only to my scarred and aloof alpha, but also to his sweet 9-month-old son. The problem with breaking up with your alpha, you remain his shifter, so you're stuck seeing him every day. Another problem, some deviants presume he likes you enough to save you. Good thing I have 4 older brothers who taught me to save myself. So
Hmm.
there we go. That
Lots of
kind of
things going on.
jumps quite along in the
Yeah,
plot,
it does
that
quite, yeah.
blurb, doesn't it? It's like
Yeah.
it kind of gives you most of it. But as always with romance, it's the journey. It's the
I was
journey
gonna
of
say,
getting
yeah,
there, isn't
we
it?
could honestly go, and now it's time for the spinning
And
wheel of
now it's time
awesome.
for, yeah, that's it.
But we're not.
That's
We're
pretty
here.
much it.
Yeah, we're here to talk and for you to listen. So get your ears ready.
That was very stern.
Yum.
Here we
I'll
go.
get my ruler out.
Yeah.
I liked it. We jumped straight into this one again. We
Hmm.
prologue, jump straight in, like the last one
Yeah.
with the sheriff. It kind of,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I was there for it. So this is what my prologue goodness is, that you go in there
Yeah.
and she's in this massive bike accident and it was just like,
Yeah.
boom, that's it.
Not
I'm drawn
reveling
in.
in her pain, but
No, no,
it's
not
just,
reveling
yeah.
in the pain, but then, well, this is it. You hook the reader, don't you? That's the,
Hmm.
and it was just straight in there with it, and you then learn to hate Grant. So we have Nicole, who
Yeah.
is our female main character in this one. We are MF, and yeah, she's with her boyfriend. I think it's 18 months before where the actual book
Yeah, about
starts.
18 months.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and he's just not great. He's the cocky lad that you would imagine. He's on his
Yeah.
bike, whizzing round corners in the rain, and yeah, there is a big kaboom, and she's stuck under this fiery mass of
Yeah.
motorbike.
Oh,
And rather than sort
gosh.
of stay when she asks him to, he has to shoot off and
Yeah. I mean, I can kind of see that if he didn't have his phone, you've got to
got to go and
go. But
find
it's
help.
that kind of moment of she's in pain, she's absolutely terrified. She's like, stay. And he's
And
like,
he
I've got to go and
doesn't.
get help. and that kind of sums up
Yeah.
them. Yeah. And then it goes forward. So I guess what we should also say about this book is that it's kind of like a companion book to
Oh
a
yeah.
previous series, I guess.
Well, so yeah,
Because
this is it.
yeah,
It's number 4 in the series. So
yeah,
yeah, with me and my dislike of out of series is things,
yeah.
I didn't really read a huge amount in the beginning, assuming
Mhm.
this would be the last part, but it's not really.
No, that's it. I think the first book centers around another pack who is now joined to the pack that Nikki's from. And she didn't
Yes.
appear in any of the other books. And I think partly that's been said that she wasn't around. I don't know the events because I haven't read the other books
No.
entirely. But I think partly because she's been recuperating from this really big accident, she just wasn't around. So that's part of the reason she didn't appear at points. And she's never met, quite importantly, the new Alpha, who is Liam. Yeah,
It's a good meeting, and the
I
kind of
like
the stuff that
it.
comes from the meeting,
Yeah, yeah.
it was quite. I would like to have been in the house where she's gone in. Anyway,
Oh,
yeah.
so much.
So yeah, she's with her friend Addie.
She's on the phone to her, isn't
Yeah.
she?
And they're
Yeah,
chatting away, and there's this, obviously with shifters, she there's this dude, and I don't think she bumps into him. She drops a bag, doesn't she?
yeah.
And
She's
they're chatting
searching for
about,
her keys
yeah,
and pulling stuff out, trying to
yeah.
find them.
And she's chatting with a mate, and there's been a woman murdered,
Yeah,
and it's by a wolf, but they don't know
they don't
the
know.
ins and outs of it.
That's it. They don't know if
So
it's shifter wolf or just a normal wolf. I don't know whereabouts it is, but I always picture a lot of shifter stuff takes place in like kind of around mountains, doesn't it? You've got
yeah,
like
my brain goes to Canada, weirdly,
that kind of
usually.
thing. I think it's US, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that kind of backdrop. So
Yes.
there are wolves actually that are wild wolves. So it could
Yes.
possibly have been. Um, but they're not sure, and they're kind of discussing the murder. So she's a little bit on edge
Yeah.
about it, a young woman that's been killed. And if I guess for them, it would be even more so, wouldn't it? Like it's not great. Like if a normal human would be like, oh, someone got killed by a wolf, you'd
Yeah.
be like, don't go hiking,
Yeah.
it's a bit
Don't go
risky.
in the woods today.
But if you know there's also shifters, you can be, well, it's a little bit more targeted, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, she's concerned about that and ruffling around trying to get her keys to get in her car.
Yeah. And then there's an attractive man who is there,
Yeah.
and he gives her back a tampon because it's always the
It's
way.
always the bloody tampon, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's
But
always the thing that falls out.
out of the bag. Yeah. It just,
Yeah,
they're the slippery little beasts they are.
they are. I've been there.
Yeah. So have I.
It was not a like 6'3" tall
No, it was
man
not.
who like suddenly made my jaw drop or anything. But
No.
yeah, I've had things like that handed back to me,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. And then you get the kids going, "Is that a sweet? Why haven't you given me one of
Yeah, they
those?"
do. They always think this week,
Oh,
what's that? Oh,
yeah.
mummy, what have you got? No, no.
Really, yeah. Don't stick it in your mouth for the love of Jesus, kids.
God, no.
Anyway, we're digressing. So
Digression.
she meets this dude. He gives her the tampon back, and he's obviously super attractive, and she can smell that he is wolf. He is shifter,
Yeah.
and he's got like a baby harness strapped to him.
Mm-hmm.
And she's kind of she can't smell who he is. He's not familiar. There's no pack scent on him.
No, that's it. She's got like it's a fairly small community that she's grown up in, and like because it's tight knit, I guess. So she knows everybody pretty much who's like within their pack, and she doesn't recognize him at all. And he's just, and he's got his cap pulled low even though it's
Yeah.
late. And yeah, she's
He
like
looks sus, basically.
bit sexy, but
But
shifty.
shifty.
Shifty shifter.
Yeah. Yeah. And then she goes home, and she is one of 5. She's the youngest of 5, and she's the only girl, and she's there kind of waxing about, oh my God, he's this. I think it was like a fake baby. Is he the one who's killed this woman?
Yeah,
What
I
the
think
hell
he's
is
got a
going
fake
on?
baby to like lure in women.
Yeah,
so
these
that they're
poor
like, they let
women.
their guard down, as you probably do subconsciously.
God, yeah,
I would
people
guess
do.
so. Yeah.
Or
'Cause
puppies.
her oldest brother, Nate, is a sheriff and he's also the beater, isn't he, for the pack? So she's talking to him about it because he obviously knows what's going on and she can ask him details.
Yeah, she wants to know what's going on. Who killed this woman? Is it a wolf? Is it a shifter? And yeah, she's kind of cottoned on to this newbie, hat down, baby, baby in there.
Baby, yeah.
And then she kind of turns around and the dude with the cap and the baby is in her house.
Yeah, and they're like, "Hi, Liam," and she's like, "Liam, hang on, with a baby. I know this story. I know this person."
Yeah, you remember the new alpha we're getting with the baby and the Liam? Yeah, that's him there. But yeah. So he's heard her, and they have alphas have a mind link to every wolf within their pack. They don't. I don't think they give it back to him, but
no, they can't talk back. When they're just in human form, but when they're shifters they can all talk telepathically, I think, can't they?
Telepathic. Cool. Yeah, so that's the way that goes, and I did love that. But yeah, he does have a little baby who is Storm, hence the title.
You said, you messaged me, you were like, "You ambushed me with a baby."
With a baby. See, yeah, I'm not one for the baby, but it was okay because he's nice baby stage. 9-month-old babies are super cute, and he's there, and
he can be moved around. I also found it like, so I get, when I read books where there's characters that are like single parents or something, I always get a bit stressed about where the kids are and who they're being looked after.
Nobody watching.
It's like my hind brain is like going, "Who's looking after the children?" And in this, they account for it all the time really well. So I'm always
every single time,
it's all right, Storm's okay. He's being looked after over there.
Well, yeah, the mum has 5 kids, you know. She's kind of, it was obvious, she's kind of got a thing. She likes having the babies around, so the babies were there quite a lot. But yeah, so that is
very much like gimme. She's ready for the grandchildren. She like
really
wants
is.
them. Yeah.
But yeah, so he's there. He's come to see. Did you get confused with the names?
Initially, I mean, I have read this book about 3 times now because I read it previously, and then when I read it to see whether to suggest it to you for this series, and then I've reread it again. So I finally got there with the names. But to begin with, that first read, I think the only one I knew, I knew Nate and Niall, the twins. I got confused with.
Oh, okay.
Nash and Nolan are the twins.
See, Nash and Nate were my thing. Kudos for editing this. She's done a good job on making sure the right one's in the right place, because I was knackered.
And I have to say, like, it's nice that it's brought up as well. He's like, so what, you went for all ends with
it wasn't planned that way, but it just, we went with it in the end.
Seems to happen. I've got a friend who's got 4 kids and they all have names beginning with L with 4 letters in their names.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I've never asked her whether that was intentional or not.
Okay, kudos to finding 4 with 4 letters. I'd say that's going to be
like, what is it? Horton Hears a Who, where the mayor has just like all girls and they just call them all the same name or something like that.
So much easier.
And they're just all something junior, and then it's fine. You never get it wrong that way.
I call mine big, middle, and little because
that's easier. Yeah,
so much easier.
It doesn't matter. I can be looking at them. I can have the name in my head. I still say the wrong name.
One. This is it. But yeah, so Liam has come to see the sheriff to sort of sit and figure out what's going on. He's new in town. He's come back in from Boulder, I think it was, where he was originally, to sit and go over all these details. And we quickly kind of go into it that the body that was in the morgue has gone.
Yeah, they thought she was dead, and now they've had a call and they have to go because the
body's gone.
Got up and gone.
Well, this is it. It's not been stolen. She's literally got off the slab and left. Yeah. So he's like, we're sure she was dead. The coroner was 100% sure. No pulse. She's dead.
Yeah.
She's really not.
So obviously that Nate is quite involved. So he goes out with Liam, and Liam leaves the baby, as we said, with Nikki's parents. And she's kind of like, you can help me look after the baby. I don't know nothing about babies.
Mum has an ulterior motive though, because it kind of does become evident quite quickly that Nikki's leg is still quite damaged from the accident. And as we kind of go through, you sort of figure out the details that it was really touch and go whether they could save the leg. Even as a shifter, it was that bad.
Yeah, there's the whole thing with them having, and it's affected her ability to shift as well, because they had to suppress her shifting so that she could heal fully in her human form, which means they've got this thing, is it psyllin they call it? Which is like a kind of venom type thing. I don't know exactly. Which helps suppress it. Is that right? She had to take it to suppress it.
Yeah, to pull the wolf back.
So she's not been able to shift fully since she's been better, and she's dying to get back out there, and she's still living with her parents. Her plan was originally to go live with the youngest brother, Niall, after she graduated, but she hasn't been able to do that because she's been recuperating. So she's chomping at the bit to get back to normal as much as she can.
And to help. She just doesn't want to be seen as the hindrance.
Yeah, exactly. But they're all like, they just want to protect. I mean, she's the youngest anyway, which tends to be a bit of a thing, but yeah, they just want to make sure she doesn't push herself too much, and she's safe.
You know what it does? It lends for a super plot device, because it does mean that Liam is back dropping off the baby, and she can kind of harass him and everybody else to kind of start getting information. And there is a wicked back and forth between them while all this is happening, that he comes to drop the baby off, she's looking after the baby, he comes back and she's playing with him super duper awesome, and he's loving it a little bit. I did love how that kind of went about.
Yeah, I think it worked nicely. I think I liked definitely that dynamic with the single parent thing as well. I think she's like involved, but she's kind of learning, but it's her personality is so bubbly anyway, it's kind of perfect with the baby. She just takes to it quite naturally, but not in a like, I want a baby kind of thing.
Yeah, just like a nice,
I want a pre-made family. She's just like, he's fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is it. I'm kind of one of many. This is just another one. Let's join in.
That's it. And I think it brings out nice sides of both of them as well. You get to see, Liam as well.
How it grows between them.
Yeah, it works quite nice.
But it's kind of, there's a lot of stuff that then sort of interlinks between that. So we kind of find out that this woman has been bitten by a shifter, and she's kind of turned feral. She's not, you can't be bitten by a shifter and become a shifter. That's the law in this one.
Not how they do it.
Yeah. So she's kind of this half feral creature. That's the only way. She's human, but she's covered in tufts of hair, and she has fangs. And they do not know what to do with her. So the only thing they can do for her and everybody's safety is lock this woman down. And I think they try all sorts of things to try and help calm her and force the shift with the psyllin.
That's it. They get her back, and there's this bunker, and they keep her in there, and they're trying to, and like Nikki comes up with some of the ideas as well, doesn't she?
About how to fix it.
How to fix it. Do we give her more of this psyllin stuff to sort of try and suppress it so she can get back into skin? So they call it skin or fur when they're between them. But there's a lot of like, it's so like drips in all of the little plot bits alongside all of the like romance bits that are going on as well. That is like, when did this bit happen and when did that bit happen?
Well, this is it. So there's bits where the old alpha before Liam, who is what the other books are linked to, the old alpha's family, something has obviously gone on in the other books, and there's only one of them left, who is a girl called Laurie, and she's kind of a hermit. She's epic recluse. Nobody likes her. There's lots of problems going on, but there seems to be something with her blood that is very, I don't know if it's rich in the psyllin, but they
there's something about that.
So they know that they can use her blood, or Nikki put something forward that maybe we've used things before, maybe she can help with this.
I think that comes after the original girl that's been attacked has died.
Well, she dies, yes.
Yeah, I think they try and give her the psyllin and it's too much and she dies. But then they discover when she made her escape, she obviously bit the coroner.
The coroner who was there.
And then the coroner bit his wife. And now they have those in the
No, they have
bunker
two
too.
more. Yeah.
And they're like going, right, we need to find Shifter Zero.
Yeah, we need to find the original
who did this, who started the thing. Yeah. And Liam kind of he lets Nikki come, he can see what she wants to do. And so like when she wants to go to the site of like where the girl was killed or attacked,
where they I think, was it when they found her?
Oh, that's with the coroner and stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
One of them.
Yeah, so many things going on.
So many things. There's so many, like, they've been bitten, they're in the bunker, then they got out of the bunker.
Yeah. She wants to go and help do the search, but she can't because she can't shift and she can't keep up. So then she goes to that. So when it's the next day, she can actually go and look around and help.
Yeah.
She wants to go. And Liam is actually, rather than the hard ass that you kind of assume he would be, he's like, okay, if you're going, you're coming with me. So
yeah,
he takes her out to the site.
I guess you can see where he's becoming a parent. He's got those, we'll do this thing, but I'll come with you.
Because your leg's not
go
great.
on your own.
Yeah. You're not going to listen, but I'll take you anyway.
And there's something out there that's biting people, so it's not quite safe. Let me come, and he can see where she's struggling with it, and that she's very self-conscious about when she's limping and things, but but also sometimes she just doesn't care. And interspersed with this as well is like Grant keeps turning up.
Oh, him and his sister, they keep sticking their noses in, and it just, I think her brothers hated him as well at the beginning, didn't they? So every time he's there, they're kind of like giving him side eye, and it's like,
that's it. She manages. Oh yeah, we didn't say. She decides to try and go for a run, doesn't she? One morning, and like she's stripping off to go. She's like half stripped, and the door opens, and obviously it's Liam coming to drop off his son. So she's like half naked there.
Yeah, boobs out.
Yeah. But yeah, she does manage to get her shift in, but as she's running, it tires her leg, and then typically as she's walking back, that's when Grant's there, and you get like it slowly drip feeds the story of what happened between them, because they're obviously not together anymore. And you find out it's because he just broke up with her while she was in hospital.
Yeah, because she wasn't full and right and 100% wolf and everything anymore.
Yeah, this is it. It was like the doctor had just said that they were going to have to amputate her leg, and he was like, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, gone now. Oh yeah, was it him? Was it the family? Because his family are kind of very purist and stuff as well, from the sound of it.
Could have been. I mean, that's it. I think with him, he's a little bit, he's not 100% awful. Like you can see he's just a bit weak, probably. Yeah,
easily led. Yes,
easily led by his family, and just but he doesn't deserve Nikki. No.
No.
So she's managed to do that, and and all the while there are these little hints of the attraction between her and him, but obviously he's the alpha.
Yeah, so you probably should you really? Shouldn't you?
This is it. I think she's just like, is he even going to be interested as well? And she's still got in her head like she's desperate to get out there for a date as well. And
yeah, she does. Yeah, but they go and they get a table, don't they? And they try and leave it as like a singles table, because at some point the two packs are going to merge. So she is waiting for this onslaught of single men to come at some point, but she's epic horny. She's after Liam, but it's not gonna work. So she's like, you know what?
Yeah, she's like, I'm not gonna put all my eggs in that basket, because it's not gonna happen.
It's really not gonna work.
You get lovely little hints of him being attracted to her.
Yes.
In like a way she doesn't pick up on, but to us as the reader, like,
of course,
clearly that's
the looks and the people who kind of go, hey, oh no,
when they're like all together and suddenly there's like she's being chatted up a little bit, just like having a little bit of flirting, and then suddenly like obviously alpha voice is in this dude's head, and he's like, oh, I didn't realize, sorry. Like, you didn't realize what?
Who's talking to you? Oh, so clever. Loved it. But yeah, we're jumping out again.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, so we go on site, and we find an incriminating little bit of evidence. We find a necklace that belongs to the girlfriend of the sheriff, of the brother. So everything starts twisting and turning from that point. That, you know,
Yeah.
Liam's like, do not tell people, do not tell your mum and dad
Mm-hmm.
that we have found this here. And she's like, oh no, he's probably just dropped it when he was there.
Yeah.
It's fine, you know. But we learn that now, is it Nate? Nash?
Yeah, Nate's the
Nate.
oldest one. Nate,
Yeah. This is B, is his other half, and they've actually split up. So he has the necklace back in his hands because she doesn't want to be with him anymore. And
yeah, and there's more complications because also so the other brother Nash, who you get muddled up with Nate, I did the same thing
every time.
He's getting married, so he's found his true mate in Nikki's best friend. I'm just going to call her Ad because I think it's Adeline.
Yes,
my head kept saying Adeline, but it's Adeline, I think is how it's spelled.
Adeline's the French little cartoon girl.
Oh, is it?
That's my head.
Yeah, they're getting married, so they're having like Nikki's organizing like
another
the hen do
plot in there.
I love the hen do. And there's the restaurant that Bee's family runs, and she goes there to organize it with Bee, but Bee's not around. She's
off
gone
somewhere.
AWOL.
And her brother doesn't know.
He doesn't know they've broken up. He doesn't know where. He says Bee's like not well and stuff. So and he's flirting a bit with Nikki.
Miles, yep.
Miles.
It's a bit weird, yeah.
A little bit. They have to frost a penis cake together and stuff like that.
You should
as you do.
Yeah.
As you do.
While you're there.
God, imagine me explaining the kids that one. Don't worry, it's for Jess's birthday.
Yay! If she ever makes one, I will put pictures up.
It's not penis, it's fine. They would know instantly.
Yeah, of course they would. Children just know everything. Yeah. It's like that scene out of Austin Powers. It looks like a big Johnson.
Yeah. Where were we?
Anyway, we go back to so loads of stuff is happening. There's a wedding going on. They're trying to figure out what's going on. Nate misses is kind of away. The coroner and his wife are in the bunker. They are trying to be pumped full of psyllin to try and get them better, and they are not getting better.
Yeah.
So I think this is when she's kind of like, okay, have we tried Laurie's blood? Because she's gonna be a lot more rich in this. And they said, actually, they're eating raw meat. They won't eat much else. The blood is the thing that seems to be keeping them well. They're not digesting anything else human, food-wise. So it's loads of stuff is trying to be tried, but I think it's working.
Yeah, so Laurie provides that, but like there's this, you know, they have to kind of protect her because her mother and her brother were obviously awful people who, you get the impression that the brother had like hurt people. He was
he tried to go after Nikki when she was younger in the woods, didn't he? And
he'd done that with other people. I think stuff had come to light, and the mother was just like a kind of tyrant, it sounds like.
Teaching, they all had to be like military trained for sort of things, and it's like, okay, why?
Yeah, and you learn that Liam's brought in these other things for like, he's put all of the property into trust now. He's the alpha, and he's done stuff like create a fund so that the kids can go out to college if they want to. They're not stuck just in the small town and things like that. So I don't know. So he was the other side of the love triangle in the first 3 books.
Yes.
And I think there was so much like desire for him to have a bit more of a happily ever after that this is why his book has come about. And I get the impression that maybe I probably wouldn't have liked him.
He did seem quite an epic alpha hole. Yes, he comes into this, we didn't mention it, so I think when they first meet, she sees Liam with the baby when they're out, just when he gives her the tampon moment, and she's like, oh god, if there is a baby, I can't be looking at this dude. Baby normally means a wife. And then when she realizes it's Liam, we found out that the mother of the baby died actually in childbirth many months ago. Obviously
she was human, and he wasn't even with her either. It was like they tried to make it work. she didn't like the demands on him of being an alpha. She couldn't deal with his responsibilities for that, so they split up.
Yeah. And then she was pregnant.
So he's had a rough go with the relationships. The main character Nell from the first books obviously picked the other side of the love triangle.
Indeed, she
And
did.
then, you know, the mother of his child, it wasn't going to work out. And then she also died in childbirth, giving birth to his son.
So she comes into this with he comes into this with a lot more of a sympathetic lean to him.
That's it. And I think they talk a bit about the true mate link. So there's this thing that on the solstices, it becomes a bond makes itself apparent. Your true mate becomes apparent to you. You will feel this connection, but you can still choose whether or not you want it to happen. But if you already have the feelings, it's just going to snap in, and you're kind of, that's it, you're locked into that. You're even locked into it to the point where you won't sleep with anybody. Like you're
no, that's it. You're
physically unable to be with anybody else. I don't know how that would happen, but I guess just for men it's a bit more obviously just like
a big old punch to the dick, I'd imagine.
That's it. But he hates that whole
he doesn't want
thing
that
because of the lack of choice, and his father, who was meant to be an awful alpha as well, he was rejected by his true mate, and then he married Liam's mother but treated her like crap because she was like
him.
Yeah, I think so. Did you read the other books then?
Not yet. No, they'll come.
No. What you've picked up from, I'm on the fence. I'm like, do I want to read them and then be like, oh, he's
I quite like him at the minute. Do I really want to go and not like him?
I'm happy with him like this.
Yeah, that's very good.
You can see how he would have been an alpha hole, but you can also see how he's grown, which I like.
Yeah, mellowed and become a little bit more responsible and
when he's a bit hard with Nikki and she gets annoyed, and then he's like, you have to explain it to me because I won't learn. I won't learn how to deal with a situation differently. So he's obviously had some growth. He's done some work, which we like. We like that in a hero.
We do, but it's still it is still there when she when
possessive and a little bit on the line.
A little bit, very much so. Telling everybody to stay the hell away, even though he doesn't. Well, this is it. Depends. What do we want to finish it soon? Because that is a good point to finish.
I think so.
Yeah,
they go.
So we have the coroner and his wife, and he's a clever chap. He's the coroner. They're in this silver cage, which wolves can't touch silver, but these hard creatures can. So they get the person who is guarding them, which happens to be Niall, and the coroner pretends to have a heart attack. So everybody rushes in, and they escape.
Yeah. They're
up and out. Yeah, so Liam goes up. Nikki's looking after his son, and he comes back up stupid early in the morning, and they're kind of sat in the car. He's dropping her home, and she kind of makes it known that she does kind of like him a little bit.
Yeah, they've been on a night out, haven't they? I think they were just at the restaurant again, and then all of the boys turned up. And she kind of, when she'd had a couple of drinks too many, had made like a proposition, as it were, because he'd flirted a little bit too. I think he'd been talking in her head because Miles had been quite interested in her. And
you smell like human boy.
Yeah, I like it. Wipe it off. So it was already there, but then they had to rush off and do this hunt for the coroner and stuff. And when he gets back, it's just that he's obviously just had that moment to think about, and he's like, you're too young and too
young, too nice, too innocent. I can't do it.
I'm not. She's upset about it. Well, she doesn't want to be called too young and too sweet. It's a bit patronising.
Yeah, it really is.
So I think this falls into the NA category. I would say it's new adult kind of age range.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
Because even though he says she's too, I mean, he's only 23. He's not ancient.
Yeah, he's not old. She's like 19.
We're not talking about like a 40-year-old with a kid who's saying you're too young. You'd understand, but there's only 4 years between them. So, but he has a lot of responsibilities, even though he's only 23.
Yeah.
So
she stomps into the house and is like, well, you're a dick. So
it's a bit like that, isn't it? The relationship is very push pull. up, down.
Yes.
You know, she has to deal with rejections. Also, sometimes she's the one that's going, no, don't muck me about, kind of thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, the chemistry is there and it's epic, and they're both kind of they're there and then they're not. As one pushes forward, the other one pulls back,
and then it's like, oh,
yeah,
yeah,
it's really no,
yeah.
but
Which
yeah,
makes
go
it
read
all
it.
the sweeter when you get
This is
to
it. So many little bits hanging everywhere, and it's like, well, where's
yeah.
the necklace there? Where is the coroner gone? Oh my god, what's going on?
I
with
know.
God? Go
This
get
is
the
it.
book, people.
This is it. Right. So, shall we move on to our next category?
We shall do. Number
Which
one.
is, we're going to do our 3 random words for the first time, aren't we?
Let's go.
Let's go.
So I will start this by saying my 3 random words is kind of 4, but if I took one away, I would only have
wouldn't make sense.
2 random things. So mine is 4.
So you've got a hyphenated word?
I've hyphenated it, even though the hyphen makes no sense. So it's there.
Okay.
This is my This is my house style.
Okay.
I'm taking it. I'm allowed to add a hyphen wherever I want to make it work.
That's
my parenting style too.
Yeah. I make up the rules. It's my house.
Yeah. You follow them or you leave, but not until you're at least 18 to 20.
Yes. Okay. Do you want go on then? Tell me what you've got.
Well, I'll leave that one till last. So my first word that I came up with is foolhardy, because you should know, anybody should know, you do not go for a one night and done, because that is what
one
they do.
and done is never.
One and done is never. Right. So we've done all of the bit that happens before, and then they have the hen, or it's bachelorette party, and they have it at the same place with the dick cake, and they have cards where you have to go and do tasks, and obviously she's got to go kiss someone and do this and do that, and who is she gonna kiss other than Liam? You know, and then it's like, oh, well, we can't do this together, but how about if we just have like a one night thing, get it out of the system, and we'll be fine. You are not gonna be fine. No. Everybody knows that.
And then they're like, and then they go 2 times.
2 and done. Yeah, best of 3.
And then like obviously it says in the blurb, they're like, oh, okay, but we'll just do this until we don't want to do it anymore. That's a relationship, people.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, until we either meet someone else or decide to finish it. Yeah, that's
until and Nikki even thinks it's like, maybe you just don't like the term. I'm gonna have a relationship with him, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. I just won't tell him that.
It's already happening.
But yeah, as soon as they started with that, I'm like, oh, you don't go there.
Yeah.
So what's your number 1?
Oh, okay. So I did mine as though you could kind of read it like a description with the 3, but then also they have 3 different words. So I don't know. Did you want to do your 3 or do you
you can do my 3 then. Okay. So my second word is camaraderie, because when you are one of 5, I can imagine I have 3, and even though they are nemesises, when they get going, they can have the most riotous conversations, and it is hilarious to watch and listen to. And with these 5, it seems the same, that Niall is the comic relief in it, and he says the funniest things, and I can't remember what the apron said that he wanted to get for his dad.
I've got that in humor.
Have you got that?
But
so stuff with that, and then the way they all bounce off each other, and I just loved it between them, and with the mum and dad as well.
It was just cool as well, aren't they?
They're the kind of parents that if you had friends at school, you'd want those parents to be their parents, and I'd want those to be my parents.
Absolutely.
So as a family, they were super duper awesome, and I loved the bonds and the links between them all.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and my third hyphenated word is sex swing, because you cannot put sex swing into a book given to the female main character when the man who is the I don't know. Use the sex swing. I'm getting to the end, and I'm like, they've not used it. There's going to be an epilogue with the sex. No,
I want to know if the editor said, "Look, it's just one too many sex scenes. You have to take one out."
Yeah, you have to get.
It's not like it's packed full.
No. So yeah, sex swing was my word, because
they could have made time.
Yes, they got, and it's really early in the book that she gets this thing from her brother as a joke present at the dinner table with everyone.
Yeah.
It would have been, if there is a deleted
He
or a
even
missing
asked
scene.
her about it.
Yeah, later on. Where was the sex swing?
Just he clearly wanted to. Maybe she wasn't ready.
Maybe the doors weren't strong enough to hold it, like those TikTok ones where you latch over the top.
I imagine them as like really cool, like cabins though. I reckon they would have had like solid wood.
You'd think so. But they are going to be quite sturdy creatures, I'd imagine.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I suppose, do you even need it when you've got a 6'3" shifter? Well, he can probably he can lift her up quite easily. So anyway, getting into the details there.
Brutal honesty, if I had one, I'd want it on like a pulley system, like a stanner system, that it just ran my house so I could just pull myself along.
Right. Yeah, just like a rail at the top.
So I just didn't need to actually walk anywhere. I could just pull.
I'm going to give a little teaser. There is a little from my book that's going to come out in October. It has got mention of sex swing in that too. That doesn't get used.
Oh, does it not? You need to write an epic. There needs to be an epilogue with sex swing usage.
It's a different kind of thing. It's it'll make sense when you read it as to why. But it's not to do with the door. It's this one's a permanent one that you've got the plate on it.
Oh, okay.
On the ceiling, you know.
You could just sit and read your book in it.
That's it. Okay. God. Who would have thought 3 random words would go here?
Mine are well done. Everybody. Everybody would have expected it.
Yeah.
So, what are your words?
So mine is mysterious warm blood.
Oh.
Because
you've put a lot together.
Yeah, so it makes sense together, and then it also makes sense separately as well.
Yes.
Because obviously there's a lot of blood in this. And a lot of it is mysterious. What's going on. So yeah, the mystery stuff, I felt like I was kind of surprised by how much mystery plot there was in it when I picked this book up the first time.
Yeah, there were a lot of people who are,
like we were saying, there's like the whole thing with Nate and the bracelet, and missing people, and these mutant creatures that are new. And
then Grant shuffles in, and then Miles comes in, and
there was like that bit with Miles when they actually do frost the cake. We mentioned that like jokingly, but the way that was written, you were a bit scared.
Really suspect,
Nikki. She was like, come downstairs.
You have to go to the basement.
And I can't, do the, we have to close the door. And she's like,
why?
Her instincts are a bit
woo, woo, woo. Yeah.
And then they're like the cabin in the woods and stuff too. So
there were loads. And Lucas, when Lucas appeared, I'm like, okay, who are you? What's going on? And I loved Lucas as a character, but when he was first there, I'm like, okay, who, what,
again,
why?
That was another one that confused me, because after all the end names, and then we had Liam and Lucas, my brain started to go again. I was like, which one's speaking again? Is this one? I wished he'd given everybody nicknames so that I could use those nicknames too.
Go through those. Bless them.
So there was that, and also I think the mysterious ways of the alpha whole brain too. It's very like this logic that they jump to. You get it a lot with these like powerful, possessive men, but they're also like, no, I'm no good for anybody, and blah blah blah, and they're like, oh, just come on.
I think it is that they're always so massive that it's like a bull, that they say when a bull runs. So if a supposedly, this is one of those wiki answers, if a bull or something big is chasing you, you sort of run really fast and then divert away, because they're so big they take forever to slow down. I think that's like the alpha brain. It just kind of, it's so
like
big,
braking power.
So it just keeps going, and then you have to pull them back and go, there's other stuff to see over here.
There's other stuff.
Leave that tangent and come to this one.
And I think that's it. He's so like he's obviously had a lot of trauma.
Yes.
He's very, very traumatic
in his young life.
And he's young, and he's responsible, and he's trying. You can see he's trying, but he still fucks up quite a lot in those alpha-ish ways. So and then the warm bit is kind of like your camaraderie one, because it's the I mean, for me, I like Liam. I like their chemistry. For me, Nikki kind of stole this for me. She's like, she's such a warm character. I really
She really
enjoyed
is.
her. And she's like, she is mature, and again, you can kind of understand that maturity because of what she's been through. In the way she gives people chances, but she also stands up for herself, and and like you said, these lovely relationships with all of her brothers and her best friend, and even like when Lucas turns up, so with Liam as well, you can see their kind of bonds as well. They have a moment when all the Boulder pack is there, and there's that warmth.
Yeah.
And
I
and
found
kind of
I was gonna say, even as the youngest, I found it that she mothers the brothers still. That when they all had, because like Niall was attacked when the coroner, so she was there for him and cuddling up. And when B went up and off and all the bits that happened, she was there with him. Like, are you okay? What's going on? And
she's
phoning
got that
around.
sensitivity, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Like with Nolan, there's like a quiet moment when she chats to him, and with Nash, and he gets like a head full of steam. He's the real hothead, but she, she's got. You can see her little relationships with all of them, and how integral she is to that family, and how terrified they were of losing her, which is why they can sometimes be still a bit overprotective of her. And also, there's the heat of the alpha too. She mentions quite a few times that, like, when she's just near him, he's like, "Is this an alpha thing?" He's just hot. Not only is he like smoking hot, but like actual toasty warm. I always like that because I'm a very cold person.
I'm super cold all the time. I wish I had a fluffy thing to rub against. Anyway, on that note, let's go to humour.
I haven't done blood yet.
Oh, have you not done it? Oh, God.
But we talked about the blood. Because, there's all of the chemistry. But I did want to mention, other than the blood, because there's a lot of blood drinking and things.
Well, yes,
also
all the stuff in the blood. Oh, yes.
Fanging, which was, again, not utilised as much as I would have liked.
No, I think it needed more. It was kind of one main thing, wasn't it? And I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. And it was mentioned that others did it to get this bond and this it seemed epicness.
To be. I liked how there was things within this pack that the other pack weren't aware of, so it showed like the different cultures, like they believe in a particular god as well that they don't really believe in this other pack.
Like the Lycan
or something like that, who's like a genderless wolf god. And fanging is quite a particular thing that they do, which helps. It's kind of like the vampire venom thing. It's like bitey. Brings about pleasure. But Liam's never done it because he's only ever been with humans before.
Yeah, probably best.
So he did not know what was going on when she did that to him. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, hoi.
But I thought he would have tried it on her. But there was
no. Again, that's
so like many. We needed an epilogue, which involved the sex.
Epilogue 2 with biting and sex things. Yeah.
Fan fiction, here we come.
Yeah, a3.net coming your way.
Okay.
Now we can move on.
Now we can do humour.
Sorry. Let's go.
Let's go.
So camaraderie is the word of the book.
I think that's it. We've already touched upon quite a lot of the elements of humour because it's more of a gentle thing that's ingrained in the characters and how they react to each other. And Niall, who will give his little sister a sex swing literally in front of the whole family. There you go, happy birthday.
But I can't remember. I need to go and find it. Something about, so his dad is quite an epic cook, and he found an apron. It was something about, I liked my
butt rubbed and my pork pulled.
Yeah. It's just like, everybody would want that.
No.
Yeah, not for dad. But he did buy it anyway for somebody else, didn't he? So But it was that. It's kind of the banterishness of them all having known each other for so long. It just flows seamlessly when they're chatting.
Yeah.
The humour is just ingrained with the little in-jokes and stuff.
That's it. And I think with Nikki, she also brings out this lighter side of Liam. He's very serious, very scowly. But he can't be serious around her all the time. She's so like, she has a lot of embarrassing moments, bless her, like with the tampon, sex swing, and then like being half undressed when he opens the door and things. But she can't. She just goes with it. She's embarrassed, but she's like,
let's get it done.
yeah. Like when he comes in again, that's one of those moments that's like a hint he likes her. And he's like, could have been worse. I could have stripped off everything. And he's like silent because he's like, that wouldn't have been worse. Are you kidding me?
Is it really?
His brain's just full of the mental image of her.
Yeah, just give me a second. Yeah, we'll carry on.
But like in her head, her narrative is quite humorous too. She's like, she thinks a little bit like like me when you're like trying to think of the words for things. Is she's like, that's not the right word. Is that the right word? I don't know. It's like,
should we try it anyway?
That inner monologue going on. Yeah, definitely. I think Lucas is quite funny too when he comes into it later. He's
yes, Lucas was awesome, and he just kind of he's like his impressive sexness of things. So his mate is at the other pack, and she's pregnant, and there's something going on that they were told that they could only have boys, and his partner is pregnant with a girl, and he's like, well, it's not going to be mine then, is it? And it is. And so they've got to write. He's going to write like a love letter, isn't he?
And all he can do is just talk about the sex. He's like, but you have to say how you miss it. But I do miss the sex.
I do miss the sex. Like, with my impressive penis and stuff and things. It's like, not going to sell it to her, mate. But no,
so Nikki tries to help him with that kind of thing, doesn't she?
She does.
Yeah. Again, and like when they're having a moment, and he comes in and he's like, Nikki and Liam have been together after they've had the first one night stand, and they're all having this like really awkward lunch because she hurt her head and he has to keep an eye on her and stuff. And like they're having this back and forth, like literally in front of him about whether to have the second time. And she's like, maybe not. And he's like, lunch and a show. It's just like that kind of smart ass comment, doesn't care, we'll say whatever.
He was wicked. So this will lead on to the next one because so many
spin-off potential.
Spin-off. Shall we go into it?
Yeah, let's go.
So spin-off potential is kind of the perfect spinny wheel choice for this book because being one of 5, you have 5 neatly made things because you have 4 brothers and a mum and dad prequel that is there for the taking.
Yeah, if you wanted to do that. They're very cute, the mum and dad. I love they're like, lovely. I didn't write it down, but I love they get like these special bonding tattoos, don't they? Yes. And they have like special words written, and it's it's very Khaleesi and Draco in it. It's like the moon, the stars, blah blah. That kind of thing.
You are all of my things.
Yeah.
But so because this is it, I didn't read the blurb before I read the book because not going to do that. This is it. I know you're number 4. I'm not going to go there. So I was assuming the first 3 were to do with the others.
I mean, you kind of read it and it feels that way. They feel very like built up, these characters, as if you've already seen their their backstories have already been there.
But 'twas not.
No.
But there is a book coming.
Oh, is there?
Well, did you when you get to the end, it's Lark's story is next.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I must have like skipped that bit because I've read it.
So Lark is Lucas's, and I think Sarah is her name.
Yes, Sarah.
Lark is their baby who is just born. So obviously you need a good 15 to 20 years of building up that life before we get to relationship. And I'm assuming that is with Storm, who is
that's
Liam's boy. So that is coming. But there were just so many places you could have gone. If certain things hadn't happened to other people, you could have had Miles's in there as well. Spoiler, sorry.
Sorry, not for him.
No. But there were so many
other
characters
are kind of already in relationships, but Niall, I think, and Nolan are potentially the ripest ones for it because Niall is a player by nature. He one
and done, but everywhere through the entire pack.
I think that might be the title. We've said that a few times. One and done.
Yeah, one and done.
It applies to a lot of things.
It really does.
Yeah. So I mean, he seems to be getting a little bit more serious about one in particular. So I mean, maybe it would be that girl, and you'd
Would
see
do the
what
job, yeah.
happened with it. But also, just like generally, it's always fun to see a rake settle down.
Well, this was it. It was the case of, oh, this one's asked about you. Which one was that again? That one. Which one? Oh, whatever. She's over there. That one. Oh, now I remember.
Yeah.
Her.
I know her face. That's
Oh.
it. Yeah, and Dolan's very quiet. He's not.
He is. He's one that he'd be the dark
Did
horse,
I
I
imagine
think.
that they had a conversation about something towards the end, or was that my brain in that he was interested in someone? Well, I didn't read that far along when I did the reread. Was there any involvement for him with someone else, or have I created that in my brain?
I think you might have made that bit up, or just hoped for the best.
Because what I had in my head was Nolan and Sasha, who was the little freckly,
the
sweet bartender.
Yeah,
because they work together, don't they?
Yes, because he does the cooking with the dad, doesn't he?
Yeah, they were having like a chat, which was like together.
Oh, that would be nice.
I thought that would be a really sweet one.
Oh.
Because you see,
Dear Olivia, please write these books.
Dear Olivia, please write this book for us.
It doesn't need to be in the next few years because I've got many on my list, but at some point that would be
that's
lovely.
true.
Thank you.
Like if it takes 15 years for us to get to Larks, that's probably about right.
That's probably just yeah. When I've got no kids in the house having to be dealt with. Yeah.
We'll be able to get to all of the sequel books by that point. Maybe.
If you're anything like me, then 15 years still won't be long enough. You'll still ask for another month on the end.
Probably, yeah.
I'm just finishing the epilogue. Give me a minute. Yeah. On that, let's talk about pacing things.
Let's go. Yeah, pacing. Pace yourself.
Yeah, this one, again, it was like the last one. So with Sheriff, it was, again, so much going on.
Yeah.
That it just goes so quickly.
It does. I mean, I wouldn't have said this feels like it's fast-paced necessarily, but you may disagree. But I read it quickly because it's my cup of tea, if you get what my drift. Because it's like you've got lots of things. There's always, the plot is always moving. It does always move, but some of the bits of the plot are like comfortable lulls in when you have their relationship stuff, or when you have like the family being together, and it's got that very comfortable vibe to it that you can just kind of sink into, which makes me want to read a book like quite quickly. This is a weekender book for me. I will read this over the weekend.
Yeah, it wasn't like in your face, pow, this is happening, pow, this is happening, pow, this is happening. So I'm with you on that. It wasn't one of those you have to keep flicking the pages to find out what happens next, because it's so
it's like it's more of a gentle kind of drawing you on. There's more stuff happening, but they're over there. Oh, hang on, she's going to spend some more time with Liam now, so I've got to read that bit. And then they find out a bit more about the other plot that's going on. So it's really well paced, I think.
Yeah, more soap opera-esque, that there's all the little bits of the lives going around the place pulling in. But I did like it where it was done. Yeah, same as you. I enjoyed it. I like it a bit of a mix of everything. But it really kind of kept me going, that I did want to keep reading about all the things. And then my brain would suddenly go, oh, actually, the coroner's escaped. Of course he has. Let's go find out about him now.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, another bit. Let's go have a run in the snowy woods.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh, they're going for a night out. Nice. I just liked it. I'm along for the ride.
Yes. Yeah. The little voice, the little thing in the background going, oh, I wish I could come with you.
Yeah. I want to go to Pondside and have that yummy food that they're describing.
Yeah. Oh, Dad's back in the kitchen. I've got to go and make things in the kitchen, and it won't be anywhere near as good.
No. Well, it won't taste as good because you don't have a roaring fire, and you don't have a pile of snow outside that, doesn't affect you too much because you're a shifter.
Yeah, and I don't have a pack of alphas around my table kind of going, this is lovely, Jessica. Keep making foods for us. Okay. I don't like these nuggets. They're not the right shape.
Yeah. Oh dear.
These chips are too crinkly. Oh, shut up.
Can you not burn my bagel too much?
Yeah.
Just I barely
Burnt
toast the
bagels.
thing.
Yeah. No, we've got in this house, we have levels. So one likes it charcoaled and one likes it just breathed on. It's very weird.
And I got a new toaster not long ago, and it's not good. You know, when you're like, toasters have got more expensive than they should be. In my head, there's a certain price that a toaster should be, and now it has gone way past that price. So we skimped a little bit, and now we're regretting it because it's like
60 quid for a toaster.
It's a little bit like Red Dwarf with Toasty or something. It's like what does it want to do, your toast as? It will just decide, and that's how it will come
make
out.
it happen. Yeah, like those things when you go on holiday and you've got like a premiering where the toast just goes round. Once round, barely touched. Twice round, the pits of hell.
Yeah, that's it. What's gone on?
Yeah, it just comes out and Satan has just rubbed it on himself. So
exactly.
That
sounds like
dust.
it could be in a monster story, doesn't it?
It is now.
It is now. Anyway, we were talking about pace. We're done talking about
Yes, we are talking now about spinny wheels of awesomeness.
That kind of works. Spinny toast, spinny wheel.
Spinny toast, spinny wheel.
Let's go. So for our next book, while you're doing
you do that bit, I'll do this bit.
We're going to be reading Winter's Orbit by Everina Maxwell. And the link between the two is Murder Mystery. It's one of those things because it wasn't quite it at first. You think it's a murder in this, like in Stars and Storms, but then it isn't a murder because she's alive again, and then she's dead again, so it is a murder. So
and it's like, well, are they just trying to make shifters? So is it really a murder? Anyway, was it attempted to be a murder? I couldn't be a police person.
No.
All right,
I think
are
that
we ready?
comes down to the judicial system, that bit.
I don't
know. They just arrest you and then they will decide upon whether it's a crime.
Well, yeah, that's definitely me being a bad policeman when I've already judged you and I've not even arrested you yet. Up, down.
Yeah.
Never innocent.
We'll see what we get.
What we got.
Ooh, ending.
Ending.
Second time for that. Cool.
Okay, we're moving that one. Number 2. Hey, number 2. Oh, are we going to remove that and spin again?
Do you want to? Because we've done 2 of them.
We have. Let's try a third time lucky.
Okay, see if we get. I mean, I guess what haven't we had? Catnip.
That we've not had.
Or favourite quote.
Favourite quotes.
Oh, that'll be an interesting one. Because I can't think off the top of my head. We haven't done that one.
No, we have not. Oh, I need to stop. Stop.
I've tried. I've tried to get quotes in. Even when I'm attempting every time. Quotes. Yeah. Let's see. Right. Where is my spinny wheel? Here we go. Sharesies. Right. I could close stuff down and make it big, but I'm not going to bother. I'm just really lazy.
You have a wheel of the year. What does that mean?
Oh, that's something different. That's research.
Ooh.
Secondary characters.
Nice.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I can think of a couple of good ones in this. There we are. Right, hide that one. I realised last week when I was editing, I also had a tab up which gave away the writer's secret, which is when you Google synonym for in the corner.
I put giggled so many times. What else can I say? Chortle?
What else can I say? Yeah.
Guffaw.
We're supposed to just know these things, but we don't. Oh, world building. that will be relevant, I think.
Okay.
Definitely. Okay. There we go. So that was 5th episode done, and we're going to be on to the final episode next week.
Final countdown to final one.
That's it. There we go. So yeah, come along and chat to us on social media and stuff. If you want to give us your opinions, if you read like the previous 3 books and have opinions on whether Liam should have got a happily ever after or not.
Yeah, or just a slap in the face.
Yeah, this is it. Should he have been left to rot? We don't know. But I like this.
Yeah, we like this one.
This feels like it's kind of my argument for reading books out of sequence. Almost.
You can't see the awful backstories of everyone. Not that it was, we've not read it, but yeah.
No, it could have been great, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I've read all the stuff by this lady, so it wouldn't have been. But yeah, I still have that moment from other books. If I ever meet you, Olivia, I will say, why did you do it to me? I loved it, but why?
Is it cliffhanger stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does the job,
I think there was definitely a period when cliffhangers were a big thing in a lot of paranormal and fantasy. I mean, maybe they still are. Maybe I've just learned to avoid them. I'm getting different things in my Rex these days.
Yeah, this is it.
I don't mind a cliffhanger occasionally, but
I don't mind it when the next book is out, so I don't have to wait very long.
Well, yeah, but we know that that's difficult for authors to do. We do understand. You need some time to write the other book. It's fine. Yeah, so that's us at Twitter and TikTok and Instagram,
YouTube,
or YouTube,
Spotify,
Romcast. That's the one. Yeah, and you can find us to watch us, or you can find us to listen to us at Anchor and Google and all those places too.
Yes,
that's it. That's our lot.
Okay, so
thank you.
Come and see us next week, and we'll be good till then.
Bye.
Bye.